Okay, welcome to the broadcast. My name is John Mayfield, and I want to make sure that we are broadcasting loud and clear. If all else fails, you just exit out of the app and come back in. So hopefully we are broadcasting loud and clear. And I'm going to reach out to my friend who is on his cell phone, one of our students, Robert, and I just sent Robert a text message. Hopefully he can respond and let me know if we're working. So he says yes, we're going good. Okay. Well, I'm set up now, so we're just going to move right in, and actually I'll quickly come out so you can see me. So here I am. First of all, I want to apologize. I was doing a webinar for the Hawaii Association of Realtors. I've been doing a lot of webinars, and I think this is my 5th one today. So it's been a little bit crazy. You can see I'm normally over there at my other spot with my global real estate school background, but I'm at my main desk because I didn't have time to move everything over. But we're going to get right into the Canspam Act, and hopefully everybody can hear me now and things are working good. So I apologize for being a little bit late. Thank you for your patience. This will be recorded, and that will be great. So thank you, Robert. I appreciate that. Okay, so as we move forward here, I want to go through the Canspam Act with you, and it is a very it's one of these areas that you are going to see a couple of questions from the real estate examination. So I pulled up I just went to Google and I searched for Canspam Act, okay? And once I searched for the Canspam Act, I come to the Federal Trade Commission. So there's a possible exam question. They may want you to know or to ask you, how is this regulated? How is it regulated? Who regulates it? And the answer would be, it's regulated through the Federal Trade Commission. So kind of keep that in mind. I think that's an important part to remember, and you might very well see something on the exam for that. Okay, so as we go down through here, there are normally where I like to get some good tips and information regarding the Canspam are the frequently asked questions. I think that's pretty important, and a lot of times you can get some good questions from that. So first of all, we could look down through this. Do you use email in your business? The Canspam Act is a law that sets the rules for commercial email, establishes requirements to commercial messages, gives recipients the right to have you stop emailing them, and spells out tough penalties for violations. So understand this is for commercial messages, commercial email messages, okay? I think that's really important for us to make sure that we understand. So let's go through some of these. And remember that it doesn't apply just to bulk email. It covers all commercial messages. And you can see here that the law defines any electronic mail message, the primary purpose of what is the commercial advertisement or promotion of commercial product or service, including email that promotes content on websites. Okay? The law makes no exception for business-to-business email. That means all email, for example, a message to a former customer announcing a new product line, must comply with the law. Now, we are going to see shortly here that there are some exclusions or some ways for us to be able to communicate with people that we've had an existing relationship with. Okay, so we'll study that as we go through the material, but keep in mind we're talking about commercial messages, and it does not it doesn't give any blanket exclusion that just because they've bought a product from you, they still need to comply with the law. So penalties, that's interesting. $43,280. Do you remember when we were looking at the do not call yesterday? I don't know where they got that number, but when we were looking over here under information for consumers, there was I'm going to make this a little bigger for you. There was a number here of, and I'm just going to scroll down here because I think it's good for us to look at. I'm going to do my old favorite thing. I'm going to do Command F. Whoops. And I'm going to type in 43. I thought there was on this page, but maybe we added that or saw that on a different. I know that we saw, and maybe that was under the businesses when we were on that side. I think it was. Because we quickly came over here. There it is right there. Remember, if you violate the do not call list, you could be subject to a fine up to $43,280. Look at the Canspam. Again, $43,280. So those are a couple of interesting things I think we could kind of remember and go over. So, and put in our memory bank for the test. So number one, don't use false or misleading header information. Okay? Your from and to, reply to, and routing information, including the originating domain name and email address, must be accurate and identify the person or business who initiated the message. Okay? So make sure it's from you, and the to and the reply to, all of that is accurate. Okay? Number two, don't use deceptive subject lines. The subject line must accurately reflect the content of the message. You know, probably that's one of the things I see a lot when I get these email messages, and I'm sure you do too. Sometimes it can be a little bit deceptive as to what are they asking me? What's the information there? But don't use deceptive subject lines. Make sure you're explaining and be forthright and truthful in what you're wanting them to look at. Number three, identify the message as an ad right there. The law gives you a lot of leeway in how to do this, but you must disclose clearly and conspicuously that your message is an advertisement. Again, and you're going to be using email a lot, and especially through some of this new coronavirus. I'm telling you what, you guys are really getting your license at a great time, despite what might be going on, because if you're going to be going into the marketplace in the way we're going to be doing business moving forward. And if you can utilize technology and use some of the platforms like I'm using now, Switcher Studio and a free YouTube channel to broadcast your message and to show properties, you're going to be using a lot of email and a lot of technology, and really, quite frankly, it's going to save you a lot of time. I mean, we'll be doing deals and transactions And sometimes we may not even leave our home. And I've already closed transactions like that where I've never met the buyers. It was all done electronically through email, through hosting technology where I showed them the property. And so just remember, as you send these emails out, you need to put somewhere in there, and the law gives us some leeway. This is an advertisement, and I'm wanting to, advertise a property or a listing that I have. Number 4, tell recipients where you're located. Your message must include your valid physical postal address. So that's important. I'd make a note of that. This can be your current street address, a post office box you've registered, or a private mailbox you've registered with a commercial mail receiving agency, but make sure they have a physical address. Now, coming back to you over here, I want to remind you, and I know Joanna, if you're watching, welcome. We're glad to have you as a new student. And actually, I've had a couple of students sign up this morning and all week long. So another lady down in Springfield who's she's a friend of Paul's, and I apologize if you're watching that I do not have your name memorized, but I've been going crazy with all the webinars, so I will get to know you all, okay? But I just want to mention to you that these kind of questions, and we're going to go through a few of these in a minute, are going to be what we call level 2 questions. You're going to see what I classify as level 1, 2, and 3 questions. Level 1 are going to be softballs. They're going to be easy questions. Oh, $43,280. Was that the number? Yep, it was. That's a softball question, because you may remember the 43,000 and nothing else, but they may have 30,000, 35,000, 46,000, 43,280, and you're going to say, oh, it was 43. It must be 43,280 because I remembered it was 43. That's a softball question. It's just a recall question. I call those level 1. Level 2 and level 3, and by the way, they don't have many level 1 questions on the test. Sorry. But level 2 and level 3 questions are going to be much more challenging. They're going to be a little bit more difficult, and we'll see some of those. So I can see how they could incorporate a P.O. box or some other things into a level 2 or level 3 question just to see how good your knowledge is on this subject matter. So let's keep going. Got to have where you're located, number 4. Number 5, this is important. Tell recipients how to opt out of receiving future emails. Now let's read this carefully because this is a question a lot of the students see. Your message must include a clear and conspicuous exclamation how the recipient can opt out of getting email from you in the future. Craft the notice in a way that's easy for an ordinary person to recognize, read, and understand. Creative use of type size, color, and location can improve your clarity. Give a return email address or another easy internet-based way to allow people to communicate. So you must include the option to stop all commercial messages from you. Make sure your spam filter doesn't block these opt-out requests. Now, in other words, and that could be a question, in other words, you need to check your spam filters periodically if you're sending these from your regular email. I use a CRM called Keep. It used to be called Infusionsoft. And so all emails I send out have the ability for people to opt out. And if they do opt out, Keep automatically removes them so that I cannot send them any emails. I had a gentleman today who wrote me and said, hey, I passed the test, take me off the list. I guess because I'm sending out to current students, and I try to keep that updated, but occasionally it's hard for me to know when a person has passed the test unless you email me. So if that ever happens, you pass the test and you get your license, and I'm sending you, hey, we're doing live streaming tonight, just drop me a line and say, hey, John, can you re-tag me in your system? I've got my license, and I'll make sure you don't get the current student emails about we are live streaming. Okay, I'm going to get on my soapbox here for a minute though, because this really irritates me that the government, a clear and conspicuous explanation of how to opt out. Here's what really irritates me though. If you go to Best Buy or any of these companies that you have a credit card with, and I go up here and I say, credit cards. Now look at this. Everything's in huge numbers and letters, but if I want to manage my account, they always tuck this stuff away, hidden somewhere. And HSN and Macy's, a few of these, they're awful. I mean, I have to look around forever to find out where do I log in to manage my account and pay my bill. So, but we've got to be able to make sure people can see that. Number 6, honor opt-out requests promptly. Again, this number 5 is one a lot of students have seen. Any opt-out mechanism, you must be able to process opt-out requests for at least 30 days after you send your message. You must honor a recipient's opt-out request within 10 business days. That could be an exam question included. And you can't charge a fee. Require the recipient to give any personally identifying information beyond an email address. Once people have told you they don't want to receive more messages from you, you can't sell or transfer their email addresses, even in the form of a mailing list. The only exception is that you may transfer the addresses to a company you've hired to help you comply with the Canspam Act. So if you're a company and you're hiring someone to help you to comply with that, then you could transfer someone's email address, but again, you're trying to get them to help you comply. And then monitor what others are doing on your behalf. The law makes clear that even if you hire another company to handle your email marketing, you can't contract away your legal responsibility to comply with the law. Both the company whose product is promoted in the message and the company that actually sends the message may be held legally responsible. So there are some other questions here you could go through, and they give you some examples. But we're going to jump over here and do the quiz now. I'm scared because this is the one the other day that I did not do very well on. And it's like, holy cow, do you think your instructor's a bad instructor? I don't cover the Canspam and the do not call as much as I should. It's in your material when you go through it. But I'm doing these for you because let me tell you what, as we go through these, yesterday, today, tomorrow, we're going to go through, we're doing Canspam, we're going to do the do not facts. There tends to be one question from all of these little groups, and these are the tough groups that I want to make sure that you don't miss, okay? Because you're going to really know the other questions real good. It's these questions here that some of the students have told me, gosh, I just didn't know the answer to that. And, if you miss these, that could be the difference in passing the test or not. So we're going to do this quiz, and if I don't do very well, please don't let that reflect on the quality of my instruction, okay? Because I do know the real estate material and I study it all the time, but these are tough sometimes. So let's go through these real quick. Number one. What types of emails are covered by Canspam? Unsolicited commercial emails, all commercial emails, emails containing advertisements sent to more than 5,000, all emails regardless of content. Well, I think we all would agree it's all commercial emails, right? Or would it be unsolicited commercial emails? See, these get really tough here. So let's go back here. The Canspam Act establishes requirements for commercial messages, gives recipients the right to have you stop emailing them. Doesn't apply just to bulk email. It covers all commercial messages, which the law defines as any electronic purpose of a commercial advertisement or promotion, including email that promotes content of commercial websites. A message to former customers. So what do you guys think on that one? Number one, I'm going to go out and look in you helped me out yesterday. So I'm going to come over here and look. And see if I can get some folks to answer. Anybody want to comment here? So I'm waiting to see if we get some responses. If anybody wants to comment on what answer they think that is. You think it's A, B? There's a little bit of a delay. That's why Robert says B. Let's see if anybody else. I hope we didn't lose everybody, Robert. We had a bunch of folks on the call. So I hope, it only says we have a few watching now. And I know that audio mix-up probably hurt us. So we'll go with B, all commercial emails. Number two, all of the following practices are required by Canspam to be included in all commercial emails, except all of the following practices are required by Canspam, except an opt-out mechanism, a physical postal address, an email address for recipients to sign up for other products, a notice that the email message is an advertisement. So I think it's C would be the correct answer. Number three, a brokerage sends its clients many different types of emails, such as a monthly newsletter, property information, and product offerings from affiliated businesses. Which of the choices below is a valid opt-out mechanism that the brokerage can provide to clients in these emails? Opt-out choices that include a choice between receiving emails containing non-commercial information, like a newsletter, a single opt-out mechanism that covers all exclusively commercial emails. I'm going to have to read that again. An opt-out mechanism that only applies to emails from affiliated businesses. An opt-out mechanism that only applies to the type of email being sent but does not cover other types of emails from a sender. A menu of opt-out choices allowing clients to choose the type of emails they would like to continue receiving from the brokerage. A was an opt-out choices that include a choice between receiving emails containing non-commercial information like a newsletter and a single opt-out mechanism that covers all exclusively commercial emails. I think that one would be okay. So I think that's the answer, but again, these are tough. 4, emails exclusively containing property listing information are commercial emails, are exempt from Canspam requirements, are not commercial emails, need to be evaluated on a case-by-case basis to determine whether the emails are commercial emails. Emails exclusively containing property listing information are commercial emails, are exempt, are not commercial, or do they need to be evaluated on a case-by-case basis? Let's try that one. Number 5, a broker sends emails to buyer clients with whom he has a written representation agreement. When a new listing enters the MLS that meets the buyer's search criteria, these emails do not need to comply with Canspam. Why? Well, the broker has an established relationship with the buyer clients. These messages are not commercial emails subject to Canspam. The clients have consented to receive the emails. These are transactional or relationship messages. These are really tough, and we didn't cover these, but let's go with the last one there, okay? Number 6. If I do really bad on this, I'm sorry. A salesperson sends current and post clients a monthly electronic newsletter. In the newsletter, the salesperson promotes her real estate services and requests both referral business as well as new business from the clients. A newsletter like this is subject to Canspam because it contains commercial content. Not subject to Canspam because it has no commercial content. Evaluated on a message-by-message basis to determine whether the primary purpose of the newsletter is commercial. Not a commercial email, and so it is outside the parameters of Canspam. Well, golly, that's a tough one too, isn't it? I think it is not a commercial email message because it's outside the parameters. But again, we could be totally wrong. We're going to try here. Number 7, in order to market properties, a brokerage is planning to gather email addresses from the MLS website and the homeowners association websites that the brokerage helps to manage. Is this lawful? Maybe the brokerage would need to review the privacy policy of the website from the information is gathered. Yes, Canspam does not prohibit the gathering of email addresses except by an automated system. No, Canspam prohibits this type of practice, or it depends on the types of emails the brokerage sends to the email addresses. Well, I think it's maybe the brokerage would need to review the privacy policies of the websites from which the information is gathered. But it could be yes. It doesn't prohibit, but we'll see. Number 8, a salesperson gathers consent from all her clients so she can send emails to them. By gaining consent, which of the following requirements do not have to be met? The email must contain an opt-out mechanism. The email must be clearly and conspicuously labeled an advertisement or solicitation. The email must contain a valid physical address. The email must contain an opt-out mechanism that is operational for at least 30 days following the sending of the email. I think it's the last one. These are really tough, aren't they? But we're going to learn a lot when we go through these. Commercial emails sent to the wireless device, such as a cell phone or PDA, are not covered by Canspam, are covered by Canspam, are subject to special Canspam rules, are prohibited. And I believe it's special rules. Number 10, state email laws are always pre-exempted by Canspam. Pre-exempted by Canspam except for state laws or portions of state laws that prohibit falsity or deception in an email or an advertisement. Preempted by Canspam except for requirements. Not preempted by Canspam and are still in effect. Let's go with the bottom one. I receive a lot of unsolicited junk emails. How do I avoid receiving these emails? Place your email address on the Federal Do Not Email Registry. Unplug the computer and hope the emails go away. Use the opt-out mechanism found in emails to request to not receive any additional emails or file lawsuits. We'll use the opt-out. So let's submit the quiz results and see how we did. We only got 6 out of 11. Oh gosh. Well, that's okay. We can learn from these, can't we? What types of emails are covered by Canspam? Well, all commercial emails. All of the following practices are required by Canspam to be included. An email address for recipients to sign up for other products and services from the sender. So all of those were true except for that one. Number 3, a brokerage sends its clients many different types of emails, such as a monthly newsletter. I said opt-out choices that include a choice, but the correct answer is a menu of opt-out choices allowing clients to choose the types of emails they would like to continue to receive. 4, emails exclusively containing property listing information. Those are commercial emails. I don't know why. I thought the other day that's what I selected when I did this quiz, and it showed that wrong. So it's all commercial emails. Okay. 5, a broker sends emails to buyer clients with whom he has a written agreement. When a new listing enters the MLS that meets the buyer's search criteria, these emails do not need to comply with Canspam Act. Why? These are transactional or relationship messages. And number 6, a salesperson sends current and past clients a monthly electronic newsletter. I thought I answered this the same way when I took this quiz, but I said not a commercial email, and so is outside the parameters, but the correct answer is evaluated on a message-by-message basis. I could swear that's what I chose the other day and got it wrong, but oh well. Number 7, in order to market properties, a brokerage is planning to gather email addresses from the MLS menu. Well, the answer is maybe the brokerage would need to look at the privacy policies. 8, a salesperson gathers consent from all of her clients so she can send emails to them. By gaining consent, which of the following requirements do not have to be met? I put, you must contain an opt-out mechanism, and I thought that's what I answered the other day, but the email must be clearly and conspicuously labeled as an advertisement or a solicitation. Number 9, commercial email sent to a wireless device. There are special Canspam rules. I missed that one the other day. State laws are, I thought I got this, not pre-exempted by Canspam Act. I could have sworn that was the answer. So keep that in mind. I missed that one. And number 11, I receive a lot of junk emails. You need to use the opt-out mechanism. Well, golly, I did not do very well. 60% is not good. Well, wait a minute. 6 divided by, did we have 11 questions there? Remember the part formula? So if I put the part on top, 6 divided by 11, 55%. Yeah, we didn't do very good. Yikes. Oh well. But I learned a lot today. I mean, these were tough questions, and I don't think you're going to see anything that challenging on the real estate exam, but I would definitely hop over here and look at a few of these quizzes, and we'll go through these each week, but you're going to see one question from the Canspam, and so hopefully, even though we didn't do very well on the exam, you're going to learn some information that you can apply, and you'll remember them on the test. You know, sometimes I have students that get really upset when they miss a question, and I have some of these students, they get hundreds on everything, and then I throw a curveball at them, and they miss it because it's a trick question, and they miss it, and they're so upset because they miss that question. But I always tell them, you know what? You will probably never forget that question or that topic when you get to the real estate, the real exam. So it's okay to miss some. I think you learn when you miss them and you read the right answers. I think it registers and puts that down deep so that you remember that. So I'm sorry, but don't let it reflect on my teaching ability for real estate, because we had a 89% pass rate. Did I show you that? So I'm going to come over here and I want to show you two quick things before we leave. First, go to Google and I want you to type in NAR Canspam Act quiz. You'll come out here, you'll see the quiz we just took, and over on the right you can take another quiz. Now, here are some of the quizzes I would recommend. 1031, you could see a question on that. Antitrust, yes. Canspam, yes. Fair housing, yes. Federal fax laws, yes. Federal lead-based paint, yes. We'll probably do that tomorrow. FHA, yes. Foreclosures, yes. Mortgage fraud, definitely. Do not call, we did that yesterday, yes. Real estate investment, probably wouldn't be bad. Real estate settlement procedures, yes, definitely. RESPA, yes, same thing. And then short sales, wouldn't be a bad idea to go over that as well. Okay, those are some of the ones I would do. But so you will understand that even though I scored so poorly, look at our pass rate in Missouri for last month, 89% first time pass rate. So don't judge me too hard because I did poorly on the Canspam Act. I don't like the Canspam Act. I mean, I don't like the questions. I did this last Saturday. I mentioned it yesterday, and I did horrible. Actually, I think I did 6 out of 10, and I could have sworn that a couple of those that I chose today were, but anyway, I missed them, and I'm not going to make any excuses, except I want you to know the Canspam Act very well, okay? So I am so sorry we had some audio issues. I'm sorry I was late, but the video's here for you to watch. Thank you so much for your business. Please reach out to me if you have any questions. Tomorrow, I will be on time because I only have one webinar tomorrow besides ours, and it's at 5 o'clock, so I'll have to finish up a little early. But thank you so much for your patience, and keep studying hard. You're going to get through this, and you're going to be rock star real estate agents, okay? Have a great day. Thanks again. Bye.